Welcome to the Limitless Landscapers podcast. Today I'm interviewing Clive from In My Yard, and we're going to be going through a little bit about what is In My Yard, what are the benefits, and loads more.
As the co-founders of the Landscaper Circle, we help you get more money, time and freedom to become limitless through our experiences as fellow landscapers and our tried and tested methods. If you want help with your marketing, managing or growing your business, you've definitely come to the right place. If you're a landscaper, garden designer or supplier to the industry, then hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Now, let's get back to the show.
So, welcome Clive. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Hi, how are you today? You well?
Not too bad. So we're talking about In My Yard today. And first of all, just in case people don't know what In My Yard is, do you want to give a brief overview of what In My Yard is?
Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of background on it. In My Yard is, if you like, the brainchild of myself and Matthew, my business partner, who unfortunately isn't with us today. But essentially, the pair of us have been working in landscaping for several years now. And it became pretty apparent that on the one side, Matthew had a yard full of leftover materials from sort of 20 years worth of projects. And the other thing was we were going to lots of, sort of things like Marshall's road shows every year, etc., and talking to people that were kind of saying, oh, you know, I can't get hold of this, I can't get hold of that, etc., etc. You know, as we know, material costs are going up. So there's loads of different reasons why we wanted to set up In My Yard. And essentially we came up with the idea of setting up a website where people can buy and sell materials, machinery, tools, equipment, anything sort of trades related. And we wanted it to be specific for tradespeople. So in a nutshell, that's basically what it is. Fast forward sort of a couple of years. I think it's been up and running for about 3 or 4 months now. But like anything, we can't get enough on there. So I guess if anyone's sort of listening, watching and has leftover bits and pieces they want to sell, or perhaps they're a company who's got a new range of products, you know, it's not just old, it can be new, used, surplus, whatever you've got really. So yeah, that's a bit about In My Yard as a format. And I should also say, there's a free membership, which is always attractive for tradespeople, and there's a very low cost upgrade, if you like, to that free membership, which is what we call a top trader membership, which kind of gives you a few more bells and whistles, which is kind of the norm, I think, with these websites. We can have more adverts, larger photos, and various other bits and pieces. So obviously have a look on the website and check that out. But also the other thing that we do offer is 2 commercial memberships, whereby you can have your own shop. You can link it to your website and your social media, that sort of thing. So it's great for exposure. But it also means, coming back to the point I made a moment ago, if you're, I suppose, probably someone like a sort of smaller business who wants to increase their kind of marketing, or perhaps you're a larger corporation who has got loads of old stock, or some perhaps a product that hasn't sold too well, you want to kind of open up your options, that's quite a good reason to have a shop on our website.
So is it like eBay for landscapers or tradespeople?
To a degree, but not, because it's membership based. You don't have the incredibly high percentages that you pay with things like eBay. So that's the attraction. Certainly, I know a lot of the larger landscaping businesses, suppliers, sell through eBay and some of the others. And in time, obviously, hopefully we'll pick some of those up. But if you're selling through eBay, you know, what are you paying, like 9-10% or something ridiculous now, which you sell £1,000 worth is quite a hefty chunk. Whereas obviously with ours, if you're a company, it's sort of £29 or £79 a month, depending on if you've got 100 adverts or if you've got unlimited adverts. So It's very cost effective. And we wanted to keep the costs down, just really to kind of get more people on there and for people to sort of find use in the website. Key thing, obviously, for us at the moment is just getting it out there and getting people on board. So that's what we're endeavouring to do.
With the free membership, because I know people like to keep their costs down, so they'll be like, oh, what is the free membership? So what do they get for the free membership?
Well, you get 3 adverts a month. So it's kind of suited more to the sort of people that have got the odd thing they need to sell, rather than if you're a landscaper who's doing loads of jobs, and on every job you've got quite a few things left over, and they're the sort of thing that perhaps you need more than one photo. That's what I should also see. You get 3 adverts, you get 1 photo. So it's sort of slightly limited, but then it's free. So everyone is going to benefit from it. And in particular, if you're the sort of person that's got the odd thing to sell, absolutely perfect for you. But obviously with the top trade, you get 25 adverts, you get more photos. Yeah, so that's kind of better suited to someone that's probably a bit like your landscaping business, where you've got the wheels in motion, you're spinning lots of jobs, you seeing a lot of materials and what have you coming in and out, and also perhaps you're buying a new strimmer, or you're a new mixer selling the old one, whatever, it's that type of thing. You can do that through it. And then we've got HSS is our sponsors on their hire services, Southern, and they've got their own shop. So on there you can buy things like disc cutters, blowers, all that type of thing. So yeah, we like to think it's got something for everyone. So you've got the kind of tradesman catered on the kind of lower ends, and the top trade, I should say, is just £9 a month. So
yeah,
it's like,
so it's not a massive amount. Yeah,
we're talking very low amounts to be able to sell all your bits and pieces, or as we mentioned, you've got the free option, and then of course the two commercials, £29 or £79 a month, which for a company isn't a lot of money. Really.
No.
I wanted to kind of be away from the sort of charging these high percentages, because people get put off by it. And as I say, for us, the key thing with our community is we just want as many people to go on there as possible.
How successful are people when they're putting their listings on? Do you get quite a lot of success?
Yeah, we've had some bits sold, and we ourselves have sold through the site, so we know it works. We've had people coming from, I want to say, probably about an hour. I think the most is probably an hour and a half away to collect things. So people will come, and a mixture of tradesmen and some DIY. But I suppose with any website, it takes a while to get the wheels in motion. And with anything, sort of giving a good description, taking the right photos and being realistic with your price. What we also notice is a lot of people don't adjust their prices. And we always encourage that, because you know what, anything will sell at the right price. And some of them you look and you think, it's quite high. But if it was me placing the advert, and we do it with some of ours, if it's a week or two down the line, you've not got any joy, then you bring the price down and sort of adjust it as you need to.
Yeah. And how do you think this is helping the industry? I mean, I can see massive benefits, not just for sort of myself, but particularly you do get products left over. You are buying and selling equipment all the time as you grow your business. So I can definitely see how that helps. Instead of having blocks left in the garden like I have, I can put them online and sell them.
Yeah, one of the other reasons really that we thought it would be beneficial is very much from the environmental point of view. And of course, as we know, with the way the world is at the moment, there's so much going on in terms of development, and sort of industry has taken off the back of COVID. And it's crazy. As we know, material prices have gone up. Again, another attraction of selling off your old bits, getting some money, because it's going to cost you more to buy the new bits, but also the fact that you can go and buy instead of going and paying inflated prices. If you look on our website now, there are pallets of blocks, there are pallets of slabs. If you've got a small project, or even if you think, right, I've got to pay full price on a couple of pallets, but I only need 2.5 pallets. Whereas there, I can go and buy half a pallet of those and mix it in. So it kind of gives you that flexibility of you're building a step and you just need half a dozen of slabs. And the other thing is, as I say, it very much connects the dots between the handymen and the DIYer types. Perhaps with your landscaping business, you're going to have, as you've just said, a load of bits and pieces lying around. Well, those odd few slabs or those few blocks, someone down the road might need them. They're perfect. You know what it's like when you do these little jobs that you suddenly think, oh yeah, I need to put a few slabs in front of that shed. What can I use? It's kind of perfect for that. And just to come back to the environmental side, obviously, as I sit here now, I'm sitting in a townhouse. I feel blessed, but it's interesting to see the way the site has developed, and the sorts of almost directly opposite we've had, where the sort of materials are coming in and going out, and you see what gets wasted, etc. And even from personal experience here in our kitchen, I think when we moved in, it was a new build, so there were some marks on the hob. Now the hob got taken out, and pretty much that hob got thrown in a skip.
Yeah.
And you're like, but that hob that cost, I don't know, 150, 200 quid could be sold to someone else for 50 quid instead of it going in the skip. And this is the big problem with the materials. Even blocks on other platforms, I've seen things advertised where they say in a day, if it's not gone, it will be chucked in the skip. Well, we want to stop that, because there must be someone for everything. There's going to be. sell off an old piece of rope or a car wheel, someone will buy it. So yeah, I mean, that's it. We're kind of sort of hoping to bring the industry together, do our bit for the environment where we can, and sort of help each other make a bit of money, really.
Cool. Say if people haven't immediately got stuff to sell online, how else can people get involved if they think this is a great idea and want to help you push it forward in some way?
Well, interestingly enough, we are obviously in conversation with lots of lovely people like yourselves about getting involved from the kind of advertising point of view, doing stuff on social media. We're running joint competitions with different people. So we're starting to sort of expand. The first hurdle is obviously getting the wheels in motion for the website. But you're right. And certainly we welcome anyone. And we have had sort of inquiries from people, investment and various different things. So in the coming months, we're certainly going to be doing that. And the blog, which we're going to be launching soon, is again going to be a great way of connecting people and getting people in the industry involved. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. We just want to kind of get it out there.
Cool. And why did you set it up? What does this whole In My Yard mean for you? Why In My Yard?
I came up with the name because it's a damn good name. I mean, you know, it does. We're going to give a plug for Ron Seal now, as they say. That's what it says on the tin. Yeah, Ron Seal, if you want to pay me. When we started to talk about names, we started with material trader and various different ideas. And I just came up with In My Yard one day. I was discussing it with Matthew, and we were sort of talking about the pros and cons of different names. And it was just something that kind of stuck, really. And even sort of, you can see, albeit it's probably in reverse.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
The logo itself, again, I designed the logo. I'm going to take credit for that. But I think the guys who built the website were probably a bit gutted because they were amazing, to be honest. Almatech, looked them up. They came up with a load of logo designs, and I think they were a bit gutted we didn't pick one of theirs. It was a close call. And then I was just doodling one day and came up with the concept. If you can see, obviously, you got the little house with the inn, and then My Yard, so In My Yard. So that was the sort of concept, and it was just something that worked.
And what made you set it up? Because I know your business partner is a landscaper.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I've been working with Bud's Landscaping for about sort of 7 years now, something like that, I think. And Matthew's owned the business for 22 years, something like that. Yeah, I mean, it was just literally a conversation that kind of kept going, really, and it was always in our minds to do something together also, because when you work for someone, it's a different type of relationship, and as you well know, with your partner, and we just wanted to do something together. And as I say, we've been chewing the fat on these different ideas, and it's like anything, it's the age-old sort of Dragon's Den thing where they say, you know, so many people have so many ideas and they don't do anything about it, and you just never know, do you? And we wanted to do something positive. We're hoping it's to be quite a positive thing about bringing people together. And obviously off the back of a time where people weren't together,
yeah,
you know, it's just interesting that we launched it sort of 3 or 4 months ago, whatever it was. And a year and a half before that, obviously none of us knew about COVID. And then, you know, we've all been through it. We just wanted to do something together, and we thought this would be a good way of doing it.
And what is your vision for it going forward? So what's your ultimate plans?
I suppose in terms of sort of plans, one never likes to reveal one's hand too much in terms of what we want to do with it. But yeah, I mean, as I mentioned a moment ago, obviously the blog's going to be another thing that in the immediate future we're going to bring to the table, which is, you know, going to give us the opportunity to speak to different people in the industry, understand why they do what they do, you know, what they enjoy about what they do, what they don't like so much, understand a bit about their background, because people like understanding about people, and it also will then encourage younger people to get into the different industries and that type of thing. So the blog's going to be something for the immediate future. Further down the line, we'd like to get involved from a sort of services point of view. Obviously, if you're offering landscaping services, you're a builder, that kind of thing. That is something logically we'd like to bring onto the site. It's not there at this moment in time, but hopefully sooner than not it will be. So people can just advertise their different services, or perhaps maybe we'll get involved with one of the companies that's already in existence that does that. I don't know. I have spoken and had some messages with one or two. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, we all know there are quite a few, don't want to plug them, but everyone knows who they are, where obviously you can go and find a tradesman locally that can help you out. I suppose it's got its sort of good points and bad points, and maybe that's something where we might think, oh, you know, we'll do our own thing and bolt it on. So the thing is, if I'm being honest, when we first set out on this, we had probably like a sort of spider graph of 10 different ideas, and it was really, you can't do everything at once. The vehicle thing, a lot of people have said to us, you're going to bring vehicles into it, buying and selling vans, that sort of thing. Not on there yet, but we'll be soon. So lots of different things going on. So if you've got a van company, you want to sponsor us or you want to get involved, we'll happily have a conversation.
Where can they find out more info? What's the website and stuff?
The website address, so it's inmyyard.co.uk. If you put .com in, it will take you there as well. So don't worry too much about that. But it's essentially inmyyard.co.uk. Our social media is at IMY Socials, which is on Facebook and Instagram. So if you go on there, you'll see we're currently giving away, look, plug.
Ooh, a drone.
An amazing drone. And you can even get yourself an IMY beanie.
Oh.
So there we go. We're going away from the caps to the beanies. The weather's turning, so if you behave yourself, I might even give you one. But yeah, so basically we run competitions every month, just giving away, I'm about to take it to her actually, all the way down to Norfolk. My father-in-law lives in Norfolk, so it's very handy.
Bonus.
Bell wheelbarrow. So,
nice.
Which is always handy. So we've got a young lady bricklayer down there who's won that, so we're going to drop it off to her. But yeah, I mean, we've given away a few things, and we're going to continue to sort of do that every month or so, different competitions, different size of prizes, that sort of thing. So look at the social media. We've got regular updates as well, and we also post up our latest listings on a sort of daily basis. And also I should say, we do, if you register, we've got a newsletter and send out listings every week. So yeah, we tend to sort of keep in touch with people who perhaps aren't always able to be on the website.
Yeah, cool. Well, thank you for coming on the podcast. Guys, all links will be in the show notes, so you can hop over to In My Yard website and also their social, so you follow and get involved in the competitions. And I think it's been a really good conversation, because ultimately I think a high percentage of our listeners probably have some slabs hanging around their house, if not their yard, to get rid of. I know I am, so I'm going to check it out after this. So cool. Thanks for coming on, Clive.
Amazing. Thanks so much for allowing us to talk about In My Yard. Have a great day.
And you.